Welcome to Colonel Football Weekly, as we take an inside look at Nicholls State University football. Today's program is presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, the official sports medicine provider of Nicholls Athletics. Colonel Football Weekly is also sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. And People's Health, your Medicare health team. Hello and welcome here to Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim, alongside the interim head coach of the Nicholls football program, Steve Axman. How are you, Coach?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. That's the operative phrase right now. You got a bye week this week, so a chance to catch your breath. Unfortunately, the bye week coming in week number 11 of the season. So what do you do over the course of these next 2 weeks here to try to finish out this campaign on a positive note?
Well, basically, next week will certainly just be a normal week for us, and that starts on Monday, and there'll be no changes there. We have everything set up as far as what kind of practices we have each day, with Tuesday being a heavy padded day, Wednesday being half pad, shoulder pads and helmets, and then Thursday is just a helmets day. But this week will be a little different. This is the off week. Yesterday we had a very light day with the players. Just went over the videos from our last game, and we'll go through that kind of same scenario I just mentioned to you on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then give the players off on Friday and Saturday to kind of juice their bodies back up and get ready for a big charge in the last 11 days.
Trying to work, I presume, on just getting back to fundamentals this week rather than game planning?
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think all teams have a tendency of doing so much game planning and add this little wrinkle, this new play, this new blitz, this new front, just changing around things that all of a sudden you have a whole lot of these changes, a whole lot of these additions, and you find out that your players are not concentrating on their fundamentals. So I'm really anxious to get back to coaching fundamentals with the players and, see if we can just shore some things up that way rather than having to, always look for a new wrinkle or a new play to make the big difference.
Colonel still in search of their first win of the year, yet Incarnate Word in town this past Saturday, 38-20, the final score in favor of the Cardinals. How would you have gone about winning that ball game? What needed to change to pick up a W?
Well, I think offensively we just needed to be more productive. We needed to put more points on the board. I think we had some opportunities. There was, a couple times we got the ball in good field position and didn't come away with any points, and that certainly hurt us. I thought we did a decent job running the football. Perhaps had a little more difficulty than we thought we might, although we knew they were stout in the middle with the run game. But I thought we did a very nice job with the play action passing, came alive. We had a lot of big plays, or a number of big plays there that helped us. Defensively, we just got, once again, we gave up some very easy touchdowns on some play action passes where receivers were wide open, and that can't happen. We can't make that kind of mistake, and especially when it's so costly. That's 14 points of a ball game where you're losing by 10 or whatever we lost by.
Let's go back and take a look at it. Homecoming Saturday night at John O'Givry Stadium. Good crowd for our first cold night of the year to watch the first ever meeting between Nicholls and Incarnate Word. Two teams hungry for a win. Nicholls won the toss and took the ball, but had to punt. UIW, meanwhile, came up big on third down all night long. They convert on 3rd and 1 here with a 33-yard completion from Jordan Selfo to Cole Wick. Selfo, making his second career start, relied on Wick on several key plays. 3rd and goal coming up from the 1. The handoff goes to Junior Sessions, and he motors his way in. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, capping a 7-play, 65-yard drive by the Cardinals. Sessions totaled 89 yards on the night on 19 carries, one of 4 cards with at least 30 yards on the ground. UIW gets it back after a punt, and on first down, Selfo airs it out for Wick again. It's a 35-yard completion down to the Colonel 10. Wick with 4 catches for 116 yards. About 35% of his output for the year came in this game. The Colonel defense did keep UIW out of the end zone. The Cardinals settled for a 22-yard field goal by Ramon Cotto. They led 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Nichols finally starts to get it going offensively in the second. Play action, good protection up front, and Beaux Hebert hits Bolt for 43 yards down into the red zone. Bolt leading the team in receiving yards, averaging almost 17 yards per catch. After UIW stops Michael Henry just shy of the goal line on second down, Henry leaves no doubt here. His 5th score of the year. It's a 10-7 ball game with 10 minutes left in the half. Henry entered the night 3rd in the Southland Conference in rushing. He fell just shy of 100 yards on Saturday, 96 yards on 20 carries for the junior from Baton Rouge. But special teams breaks up that good feeling pretty quickly on the ensuing kickoff. Jordan Hicks hauls it in at the 4, finds a crease, and returns it 56 yards into Nichols territory. That one really hurt because 3 plays later, it's Selfo to Wick again. A 27-yard hookup for the score. Not the most graceful finish here, but 6 points nonetheless. Selfo completed 16 of 30 passes for 260 yards and a couple of TDs. It's 17-7 Cardinals. But the Nichols defense making something happen here. Selfo bobbles a snap, tries to make something out of nothing. The ball comes loose and Byron Cobb scoops it up, returning it to the Cardinals 38. Nichols forced 3 turnovers for the 2nd straight home game. Last time they failed to capitalize. They'd have to do better this time around, and they would here. Second play of the drive, Tobias Lofton gets his number called and he goes in untouched from the 34. Touchdown Colonels, TD number 4 for Lofton, and Nichols is right back in it, down 17-14 with 5 minutes to go before the break. The home team had a number of explosive plays in this one. They take a chance here, trying to catch UIW off guard on an onside kick. The first time Nichols has attempted one this year, it didn't go to their liking. An offside penalty, plus the kick didn't go 10 yards. UIW with good field position. 3rd and 9 from the 22. Selfo finds Darrell Brooks over the middle. He gets a little extra push into the end zone. His first TD grab of the year. UIW goes back up by 10. Brooks with 5 catches for 70 yards. The Colonels begin their next drive nicely. Some misdirection, a 35-yard run for Henry across midfield. Unfortunately, that drive would stall out a few plays later, and Nichols goes into the locker room trailing 24-14. Coach, I know you were trying to defensively to stop that run, wound up costing you in play action there, and credit UIW. They made the plays when they needed to.
Yeah, they sure did, and on the other hand, we didn't. So that's, that was a big reason for the loss, and we just need to make more big plays and make things happen in critical situations.
Take me through your thinking on that onside kick. You're just trying to take some chances right now, thinking that's what it's going to take to win the ball game here?
Well, we saw something that we felt that, they were running out and not protecting that area. And, we felt it was a good chance to get a quick turnover and put us in position when we had some momentum. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Do you think overall you need to take some more chances to give this team a chance to win a ball game?
Yes and no. We've got some trick plays that we're trying to incorporate in our offense. I think when you haven't won a game in a while, you are going to feel like you need to take some chances, and especially if it's in a tight game, especially if you're behind. So there's always that thought in the back of our mind.
Just got to pick your spots then.
Got to pick your spots.
All right, Coach. Incarnate Word would get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter, but the defense comes up with a big stop on 4th and 2 from midfield. Broderick Reeves trying to run it up the middle. Lazarus Ona and Jordan Thompson were waiting for him. It's a loss of 3 yards, and the Colonels take over on downs. Unfortunately, the offense goes 3 and out, giving the ball back to UIW. They're looking to put Nichols away early. Once again, it's Jordan Selfo connecting with Cole Wick down to the Nichols 2. Colonel safety B.T. Sanders flagged for targeting. He's ejected. Wick would not return. The Colonels uncharacteristically undisciplined in this one, penalized 12 times for 107 yards. They had been one of the least penalized teams in the nation this year. 2 plays later, it's Sessions on the carry to pay dirt, putting UIW up 31-14 midway through the 3rd. The Colonels would have a lot of work to do to get back in this one. Some extracurricular activity here. This game got very chippy as the night went along. Incarnate Word driving again, and Selfo is hit as he releases the ball. Andrew Thompson picks it out of the air. His first career interception. The big man runs it back 19 yards to the Cardinals 37. The Nichols defense with 10 interceptions on the year. They needed a spark, and they got one. The offense facing a 3rd and 15 coming up, and Beaux Hebert stepping up and firing to Darrell Watson, who picks up 16 yards to keep the chains moving. Hebert completes 16 of 29 passes for a career-high 209 yards. But the offense digs a hole again. 4th and 17, Bolt takes the end around, and Keeps it down the field for Terry Lucas. He makes the catch, but he's out of bounds, and the ball goes back to UIW. Still 31-14 going into the fourth quarter. Incarnate Word converting on 3rd and 6 here. Selfo to Casey Jennings, who makes the sliding grab. Jennings with 5 receptions for 61 yards. This is a 12-play drive that takes over 7 minutes off the clock. 2nd and goal coming up from the 2. It's Joseph Sadler absorbing the blow and bouncing in. That makes it 38-14. First touchdown of the year for Sadler. The offense would put together a solid drive late. On the first play coming up here, Hebert would guide it down the field to DeMont Volt. A 24-yard gain to the Colonel 46. Volt with 3 receptions for a team-high 70 yards. 2 plays later, it's Hebert to Darrell Watson for another 28 yards. This was by far the best drive of the game for the Colonels. 7 plays, 78 yards, and it took him just over 2 minutes to get it down the field. 4th and 10 from the 25. Hebert steps up, avoids the sack, and hits Keenan Canty on the run. Canty does the rest. His 3rd receiving touchdown of the year. He led Nichols with 4 catches. That would close the gap. A 2-point conversion initially succeeded, but was called back on a penalty. Second time was not a charm. Nichols down 38-20. They would keep UIW off the board the rest of the way. In the red zone, Selfo looking for the end zone. He's picked off by Torrin Joseph. First INT for Torrin, but the clock would run out on the Colonels, and they fall by a final of 38-20. Coach, I know in particular you were concerned with the penalties, and I'm sure a lot of that just frustration on the part of the Colonels right now.
Well, I think you're probably right, but that's not an excuse, and that's something that we can't allow to happen. I've been very proud of how we were among the leaders in the country in lowest amount of penalties going into this game, and then we come up with 107 yards in penalties. That's certainly not going to help you win a football game. Yes, I think the players are frustrated, but still, they have to have more control on that, and we have to make sure that the players are more in tune with our goal of being one of the least penalized teams in the country.
We got a lot more to talk about. We'll do it on the other side of this timeout here on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional.
In sports, you strive for first or best. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional is both. The region's first comprehensive sports medicine program with a team of the best sports medicine trained experts. You're serious about the game, we're serious about your safety. With advanced concussion testing technology and certified athletic trainers, we're keeping athletes safely in the game. Play hard, play to win. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional will help you play it safe.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's. You're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for.
At People's Health, we know that when it comes to health, what works is teamwork. Each People's Health Plan member has a team of talented professionals working together to coordinate care so our members can do what they love to do.
That's what we do. We're here for you with People's Health.
People's Health, your Medicare health team.
You may not know this yet, but you've stumbled upon something great. With your first steps onto this campus, you'll definitely notice something special. We're going to turn your education into an experience, and we're going to find your passion, and with it, create endless possibilities. But you found more than just a university. You found a campus of believers, a campus of personal cheerleaders, investors, and dream makers. You found Nichols State University. Welcome home, Colonels.
Back here with you on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Mike Wagenheim alongside interim head coach Steve Axman. Coach, you take on the Demons of Northwestern State in Natchitoches, not this weekend, but next weekend. What do the Demons bring to the table? How much have you looked at them so far?
Well, I've got a good chance to look at their defense, not their offense. And on defense, they are very athletic. They seem to have a lot of speed. They pack the box. They're going to try to stop you from running and try to make you throw the football, and play a lot of man coverage. And they really do a good job of pressuring the quarterback, and they give you an awful lot of different looks, a lot of different types of blitzes. So it's going to be a chore for us. We're going to have to make sure that, we can beat the man coverage, that we can get the ball off and make sure we're not getting sacked. We've been doing a much better job with that in the last 2 ball games. So that's at least from an offensive standpoint where I see us.
Well, they play this weekend, so we'll take a look at them on next week's show heading into the matchup. We do have you covered next Saturday. Nichols visiting Northwestern State in the Colonel's final road game of the year. We start the day on the Colonel Sports Radio Network, presented by your local Super Chevy dealers with the Colonel pregame pass on KNSU 91.5 FM. That begins at 3:30. Then at 4:30, it's Colonel Weekly on Fox Sports Radio, KJIN AM 1490 in Houma. They'll also carry the game live. At 5:30, it's the Colonel Countdown throughout our network of stations, including our flagship, ESPN Radio New Orleans 100.3 FM. Kickoff is slated for 6 o'clock, and then a half hour after the game, tune in again to KNSU for extended post-game coverage on the Colonel Roundup. Well, while this has been a year many Nichols players would rather move past, one Colonel in particular will look back on last week with fondness. Here's Jansen Verdon.
When senior quarterback Beaux Hebert heard the news that Nichols students voted him onto this year's homecoming court, he didn't know what to expect, but he was certain that it would be an experience to remember. Hebert's week was dominated by his intensive academic and football responsibilities, but he managed to clear time to join in some of the festivities, beginning with the homecoming breakfast on Monday night.
I just came here, I was writing a paper, got done with that, I'm about to eat and then go do some more homework, and it's just Monday, so it's already started. And, I'm really focusing on the game on Saturday, too, and practice and everything. So that, school, and the events, it is a lot, but it's fun. So, and you only get to do this once in your life, homecoming. This is it, senior year.
Hebert also made an appearance at an old homecoming favorite, the Bonfire, on Thursday night, where the court was presented on stage after the popular Alive at 5 concert. And although he couldn't attend the complete multitude of activities throughout the week, Hebert still savored the electric atmosphere on campus.
Really, Nichols is a great place, and, when you see stuff like this, it just proves that everybody's really close here. When you're walking, this is like true right here, when you're walking through campus and stuff, you see people and you're just like, what's up, how you doing? It's not like all these big universities, where you may not know somebody in your class, you know everybody their first name, so it's cool in that sense, and something like that for homecoming week is awesome because, everybody's excited for you. People are excited for the team, even though this year hasn't gone as well as we'd have liked. People are so excited to, watch us, the Colonels, go out and compete on Saturday and for a homecoming game.
Hebert started against the Incarnate Word on Saturday, so he spent halftime in the locker room making adjustments with his teammates and the coaching staff, and was therefore unable to attend the homecoming presentation. While Hebert lost out on homecoming king honors and the Colonels dropped the contest to the Cardinals, he wouldn't have traded the experience.
I haven't ever been to any of these events, and it's something that I would recommend for, younger kids who maybe just don't want to go, or, they're just like, oh, I'm in college, I don't want to do this. It's fun, and I wish I could go back and do it all, but it's been a fun week.
While Hebert's football career is coming to a close, he plans to handle radio play-by-play duties for the women's basketball team this winter as he continues to remain active and visible around campus. For Colonel Football Weekly, I'm Jansen Verdun.
Thank you very much, Jansen. Coach Axman, Beau, just the typical big man on campus, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We call him the king all week long. And he got a lot of ribbing from his teammates, but all very good-naturedly. And, he's a fine young man and good quarterback and a good person.
All right, Coach, we got to take a quick time out. Back with more on the other side here on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Back here on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, we take a quick look at what transpired around the Southland Conference back on Saturday. And Coach Axman, the interim head coach of the Colonels here, 3 weeks left to go in the regular season, only 2 games left for the Colonels. You got a chance maybe on a final weekend to play the role of spoiler against Southeastern Louisiana, a chance maybe for the Colonels to have an impact still on the Southland Conference title hunt.
No doubt about it. And that's how we're looking at it and going after it. And we need to get us a win, and we'll love to get 2 of them. 3
teams still with only 1 loss in conference play, a very competitive league, and I know you're finding that out as you go along. Anything can happen on a given Saturday or even a given Thursday.
Oh, that's very true. This is a very competitive league. There's a lot of good football teams, a lot of good football being played.
Steve Axman, the interim head coach of the Colonels, with us. Folks, to find out more about Nichols Athletics, take a look at our social media sites. You can find us on Instagram.com/ColonelSports, YouTube.com/Nichols Athletics, Facebook.com/GoColonels, and Twitter.com/GoColonels. We'll take our final timeout, come back and wrap it up in just a moment here on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional.
In sports, you strive for first or best. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional is both. The region's first comprehensive sports medicine program with a team of the best sports medicine trained experts. You're serious about the game, we're serious about your safety. With advanced concussion testing technology and certified athletic trainers, we're keeping athletes safely in the game. Play hard, play to win. The Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional will help you play it safe.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for.
At People's Health, we know that when it comes to health, what works is teamwork. Each People's Health Plan member has a team of talented professionals working together to coordinate care so our members can do what they love to do.
That's what we do. We're here for you with People's Health.
People's Health, your Medicare health team.
You may not know this yet, but you've stumbled upon something great. With your first steps onto this campus, you'll definitely notice something special. We're going to turn your education into an experience, and we're going to find your passion, and with it, create endless possibilities. But you found more than just a university. You found a campus of believers, a campus of personal cheerleaders, investors, and dream makers. You found Nichols State University. Welcome home, Colonels.
Back here with you, wrapping things up on Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Time to announce our Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Rouse's, the official grocer of Nichols Athletics. You're either local or you're not. This week, it's Spencer Valdespino, who led the Nichols soccer team on Friday to their first ever win in school history over Southeastern Louisiana, scoring all of the Colonels' goals in a 4-2 victory in Hammond, securing the team's second straight appearance in the Southland Conference Tournament. Wrapping things up with the interim head coach of the Colonels, Steve Axman. This Saturday, Coach, no ball game. What's the plan?
Well, I've been invited up by Steve Cragthorpe, the quarterback coach up there at LSU, and my wife and I are going to go up and see the LSU-Alabama game.
You've been in this business a long time. You know everybody everywhere, don't you?
I know a lot of people.
Coach, we'll talk to you again next week. Enjoy your weekend off. That's going to do it here for Colonel Football Weekly, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. We'll see you again next week. Colonel Football Weekly has been presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, the official sports medicine provider of Nichols Athletics. This show has also been sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets, you're either local or you're not, and People's Health, your Medicare health team. This has been a presentation of the Colonel Sports Network.